Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. I hope you're doing well. There was a very good battle between two undefeated flyweights on the undercard of the Quigley Balanga contest. Like I say, two undefeated fighters, one from Mexico, one from Puerto Rico. Can't say fairer than that. It's an old rivalry. And a good fight, a really good fight. It was between a guy called Yankiel, I think his name, Yankiel Rivera, and a guy called Christian Robles. Robles is the Mexican, Rivera the Puerto Rican. 25 years old, Rivera, 26 years old, Robles. I mean, you couldn't get more evenly matched guys, and you know, it's great to see two guys putting their undefeated records on the line. That's always great to see. And this was a good little fight. It was too one-sided to be considered a great fight, but there was some action in it, and a ton of guts from Robles. The winner was Rivera on points. He took his record to 4 wins with 2 defeats, two stoppage victories, I should say. No defeats, no draws. So it's 4-0 to Rivera, and Robles came in with 8 wins, no draws, no defeats, and is now obviously 8-1. He's got 3 KO wins. Robles hadn't really faced anyone going in. He did beat an undefeated fighter called Dan Cormier, who I'm not familiar with. A unanimous decision over 6 rounds. That was his last fight almost a year ago. But against Rivera, he was always a step behind. I mean, this was a case of one guy, Robles, who is clearly a good fighter, very good fighter, but Rivera is a very, very good fighter. I mean, they talk about levels. Rivera was just a level above Robles. And Robles didn't do anything wrong in this fight. The fight started, they were both very aggressive. Rivera is a southpaw, Robles is an orthodox fighter. Robles was doing his best, you know, he was trying to time him. He was timing him, he was catching Rivera with punches. But Rivera had all that flash and dash. He was just so quick, a step ahead. And after 3 rounds, I think I had it 2-1 to Rivera, if memory serves. But from the 4th round onwards, this was an 8-rounder, by the way. From the 4th round onwards, it was one-way traffic, because in the 4th round, Rivera timed Robles with a brilliant southpaw left cross and put him flat on his back. He slapped him onto the canvas. And to Robles' credit, I mean, he must have a great chin. He got up and he was okay, he was fine. But Rivera let it all hang out from that moment on. He was trying to get rid of him, and Robles was getting battered from pillar to post. He had clear eyes, his eyes were clear. I mean, between the 4th and the 5th, the referee, maybe the doctor, had a check on him, but his eyes were not glazed. They were okay. His legs were, the commentary team was saying his legs were a bit shaky, but maybe a little bit, but not to the point where the fight should ever have been stopped. But no, make no mistake about that, 4th round was hellish for Robles. 5th, from the 5th to the finish of the fight, really, it was always a case of Rivera being quite flashy, doing a bit of showboating, showing out. Robles was desperately trying to sort of find an opportunity, time a counter. He just wasn't quick enough, and Rivera was just a little bit too smart. The commentators said, one of the commentators said, it was an American commentary team, said, he's a bit too flashy, he needs to knock that on the head. I do tend to agree, but at the same time, smaller guys, they've got to sell themselves. And this guy, Rivera, has got some talent. I mean, he's now 4-0, 2 KOs. You know, they fast-track these smaller guys. And there were some really nice southpaw skills from Rivera. For Robles, this isn't the end of his career. I mean, obviously it's not the end of his career. I mean, I know everybody thinks that undefeated records are golden, but I'm not one of those people. Robles showed a lot of ability, and he went 8 rounds against, you know, a very, very good southpaw, and he couldn't quite pull it off. He got floored. He got outpointed pretty widely. I had the fight. I think I had it 6-2 in rounds, or maybe 7-1, something like that. But some of those rounds were very competitive, and Robles gave Rivera plenty to think about, you know. And to his credit, Rivera handled it. Don't get me wrong, you know. I don't think Rivera was ever in trouble, but Robles did land some good individual punches. It wasn't bad at all. So both guys got a future. Clearly Rivera was going to go on and will probably, he'll contend for world titles. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he won them. But Robles can go back to the drawing board. He's 26, getting into his prime, and he can come again. This was a good learning experience for both men, actually. So go and have a look at this fight. It's on DAZN, undercard of Quigley Balanga. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. Thanks as always for your time, and yeah, subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button as always. Good stuff. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing, and I'll speak to you again sometime soon. Bye for now.